Something coming faster than any of us can imagine and will change our lives in the most dramatic ways is AI.
And while AI used to sound freaky to me and just something that was going to take over my world, it really would have revolutionized my practice had I stuck around. Many of you know, I got so burnt out from charting. It was the big reason I left medicine because I was frustrated with the EMRs, the clunkiness, and the amount of time it took to learn them. Not only that, but not being able to sit and connect with the patient and look them in the eye, like one-on-one while you're actually interacting with them. The whole reason we went into medicine, not to do paperwork.
Yeah, so that's why May and I have started working with Lindy.ai, which is fascinating. They help you produce the most efficient notes, fully customizable, which is different than some other AI products. So you can do what you do best, which is see patients and let the artificial intelligence scribe do the dirty work for you.
Yeah, not only do you get the perfect patient notes the way you want, written in any format for whatever specialty you're in, and maybe you're in ophthalmology or vet medicine. It will also create the note, scribe and send the patient follow-up instructions, referral letters, consultation notes. It's amazing. Lindy is offering our listeners a 7-day trial to experience the difference of their AI medical scribe. Go sign up at lindy.ai/BS free to get started. That is Lindy, LINDY.ai/BS free.
Finally, a source of raw, real, and honest information on healthcare issues that matter most. Welcome to BS Free MD. From the latest medical information to how to stay sane as a doctor or a patient, no subject is taboo, no BS is allowed. Now, let's welcome your hosts, Doctors May and Tim Hindmarsh.
We are back with another truth bomb.
And this truth bomb is actually going to build off the week before when we talked about change and the importance of, you being the nidus, the change behind anything you want to do to change your life. I am deep in a few weeks into a Mel Robbins course called Launch. The closest I can get to her personally being my life coach with, an enormous amount of other people. But the beginning of this coaching seminar, which is going to be 6 months long, it's broken up into these little chunks, which is really important. Notice because it's part of the theme. So the coaching sessions, happen daily, but there's going to be these 3 different projects we do over the 6-month series. So it's like 2 months each. And the first little bit, she really starts to talk about making changes and working on things that are important to you, how to hone that down. And what I want to say is that the big thing that has really hit me in the head, there were so many things because she's full of wisdom and all kinds of great information, but man, I needed to hear it. And with change, you have to look at biting it off into small chunks. And so many of us, myself, I've got 2 hands in the air, is one of these people that sees the destination and I just want to be there now. And I can't really convince myself that it is the small, steady, consistent, small changes, like baby steps that are regular, building on each other to get you there. It's like building a bridge. You don't just slap an arc across a river. You have to take the steps to get there. It's like running a marathon or doing a long race. You just don't go out and kill it one day because it'll kill you. You got to put in the training. It's like, man, I don't know, becoming a doctor. I didn't just decide I want to be a doctor and show up at the university demanding my stethoscope and diploma and my little black bag. It was a lot of small steps and a lot of work.
That would require Instagram.
So now I'm at a big turning point in my life, and all the little tips, tricks, and things I have forgotten or thought I knew really slipped my brain. And so I am really working on how to make some changes and learning that it's small, consistent changes that matter. And you know what? Your life is kind of the sum of all the decisions you've ever made, right? And if you keep making the same decisions and you're wanting to change, you are not going to. So, how do we change our decisions so that we can change our life? It's these, really it starts with doing the small, consistent, focused things and getting some clarity on what really matters. So along the way, if you decide that, you've got all these things going on and you want to change your health and you want to change your career and you want to also work on some personal stuff of yours, I don't know, journaling or meditating or a hobby, or you really want to get that closet cleaned out that's been piled up for the last 30 years with stuff that needs to be sorted through. And you have all this stuff and you want to, I want to make all these changes. You really need to focus in and start small with one thing at a time. And, that's the other thing is I have always looked at people who seem to have all their crap together. People would look at me and assume, man, she's juggling a lot. She's got a career, she's got kids, a husband that keeps her busy doing sports and activities, a house. And it used to be easy for me, and now it's not. And I find that all of a sudden we've moved to, a new place. We've got a new home. It needs to be furnished some more. We've got this podcast we're working on. My health's got some issues. I want to get back into shape. I want to find some friends. I want to explore the area. I got all this list in my head and everything is suddenly important. And I am spinning my wheels and getting nowhere. 6 months later, I feel like I've made it 3 feet. And so here's a little tidbit that really hit me in the head too, is that when everything is important, then nothing is. Meaning, if you're trying to focus on all kinds of things at once, you are literally like a hamster, like running around without a direct line for one target. And, you put your energy a little bit here, a little bit there, then you lose your focus and you're trying to do this, the whole thing of, I'm busy. What is that? People that are just like, well, I'm too busy to do something, I don't know, with me, or I'm too busy to do that. I'm busy. But then you look at these people and like, well, are they really doing anything effective that's changing or getting better? And that's how I felt, is stuck in this, everything's important. And therefore I'm going nowhere because I'm trying to splatter some of my time and attention. And it's not really consistent, and it's not clear action to take the small steps forward. So I'm learning how to pick one important thing at a time, and not that nothing else will get done in my life, but to give it some attention every day, to set a goal, to write down why it's important, to take 15 minutes, it can be more, to work on changing that thing every day, and keep showing up every day as best as I can to make that change. And I'm not going to tell you what my little project is. It doesn't really matter. It could be anything for you, from, like I said, getting back into shape. It could be hitting a goal at work. It could be learning to do a new hobby. It could be developing a plan for your relationship. Whatever it is, get really clear about why it's important to you and focus on that. Focus on the why it's important. And once you get really clear on that, and also the how you're going to make those changes, then write it down, put it somewhere that you can see regularly, and commit to doing that. And if you screw up one day, you haven't failed, just figure out, well, why did I not take the time? Why did I cheat on myself and not show up for myself? And pay attention to the behaviors that sideline you and that you, I guess, fall into those traps or tricks to keep you showing up for yourself. So I challenge everybody that really wants to make a change in their life, because I'm kind of doing a whole 180 with mine here. And I'm trying to splatter the paint across the wall with all the things that need to get done. And it's turning into a 5-year-old spray gun explosion instead of a beautiful masterpiece of life. Pick something, work on it consistently for the next 30 days. Not that there's any magical number, 21 or 290 days till it's a habit, because everybody is different. Every situation's different. And what the project is, or what your thing that needs changing is, and where your head's at and your whole life, it might take a bit more time. But I challenge you to do that, to show up for yourself, to get clear on what you want to do. Take small little baby steps every day. Don't try to change the world. Don't pick anything too big. And you will be surprised at how that will add up into bigger steps. And so, I'll let you know how it's going as I keep working on that. I've shared before that I was trying to do this, and now I think I have a bit more clarity. But remember, if you want to change your life, change your decisions with small, consistent changes.
Right.
What do you got to think for that, Tim?
Well, I think it's just super practical. So, if you want to clean out the garage, say I'm going to do 10 minutes of each, sector for the next 5 days. And
right, because
then it's achievable, right? So
otherwise you look at that garage and you think, well,
right.
How am I even going to get there?
So that's a really easy thing. Or we're going to go through all of our winter clothes and throw them out, or, decide what we're going to keep. Well, so you just start and you say, no, I'm going to clean out one box of tools this week, or whatever it is. You want to work on a relationship. I'm going to do every single day this week. I'm going to write down a goal. I'm going to do something for my wife specifically that I know that she likes or enjoys or whatever. Once a day. That's it. Super simple, super practical, because then that changes your mind, and then that changes your behavior more, and then it becomes easier to do. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. Period. You just go. Ritual is what saves you. It really is.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and sometimes people, I don't know even where to start, but just think about what it is in your life that you want to work on. And it's the small little things, like you gave great examples. You're lonely. Well, reach out to a bunch of friends or people every day and send them a hi on Messenger or text, or family, or every time you see somebody in, the elevator at work or the gas station fill-up line, just look at that other person and kindly engage. Say, hey, are you having a great day? I hope you're having a great day. It really will change your life. All right. Remember,
baby steps. Decide to change your decisions by doing simple things every day, and that will change who you are. It's the Jordan Peterson thing. If you improved your life by 1% a day, at the end of the year, you'd be 365% better.
Yes.
Think about that one.
And don't try to do it all at once, because if everything's important,
1% at a time, 0.5% at a time.
Focus.
Later. Bombs away.
It's no secret that medicine is a bit uptight. That's why Tim and I created BS Free MD, to mix things up a little and have fun in the process. Besides, we are having these exact same discussions all the time, so we thought we might as well invite everyone to the party. If you really like us, you can get plenty more, and maybe see one of Tim's cool tattoos on our Instagram or Facebook pages at BS Free MD. See you next time.
But we try to keep BS Free MD as raw and real as possible. We can't be held responsible for any medical decisions or discussions had as a result of what you've heard on the show. We know. Bummer. But the truth is, we really do care about your questions. So feel free to reach out to us by email at doc@bsfreemd.com.